Julian Michael here, back with another video. I'm here and I've spent the day here in Cognac at the Hennessy, in the heart of the Cognac production area, with one of the most famous of all Cognac houses. And I am with my host Maxime, and Maxime wanted me to discover more about how to taste Cognac, how to serve Cognac, and I thought it was a great opportunity to share expertise and knowledge on how to serve Cognac, and this will also be an opportunity to try and taste the different products that the Hennessy distillery makes. I've seen it today. There is so much passion, knowledge, expertise, so much effort made and put into making this product. You certainly have to give it some time to taste it properly and make sure you serve it the right way as well. So Maxime, thank you very much for having us and for hosting us today and for sharing your knowledge.
You're welcome, Julien. That's a great pleasure to have you here.
So let's get into tasting, and first of all, so you know I come from a wine background, and I'm not 100% sure I'm very familiar with how to taste and how to serve Cognac properly as opposed to a wine, for example.
Yes. So first, it really depends on the occasion, I'd say. If you want to truly analyze the Cognac and understand it, this kind of glass, the tulip-shaped glass, is just perfect. So the first thing to do is to take a look at the color. So just take a few seconds. So here you have a nice color that you could call, I'd say, golden amber. And this color is due to the long maturation process of the eau de vie composing the Cognac.
So we have the VS here?
That's right, very special.
Very special.
So that's the most enjoyed Cognac all around the world, and it's perfect for any occasion, I'd say. Neat, maybe on the rocks as an aperitif, or even in cocktails with some, I'd say, tonic water or ginger ale. Next step, you can grab the glass and place it, let's say, around here, well, close enough to get the first notes.
Yep.
And this very special is quite fruity. Maybe you can get some grapey notes, some kind of citrus too.
Yeah, it certainly smells like grapes, fresh grapes, maybe a bit of raisin.
Yes. So that's the first part of the smelling part, let's say.
And so that's the difference between Cognac and wine. You wouldn't stick your nose into the glass as
no, as it's way more powerful. Yeah. But then what you can do, you can gently swirl it like this and place it back a bit closer to the nose. And now maybe you can get other notes, maybe some kind of, I'd say, toasted almonds, and even some kind of, you know, like, I'd say crème brûlée or some kind of vanilla, things that can remind you of vanilla.
Yeah, there's certainly some vanilla, but complex, a bit of cinnamon, clove, quite a wide spectrum of sweet spices.
Yes, yeah. And that's what makes our Cognac so great to enjoy, I'd say. And next, well, you're gonna taste it. So first take a small sip so the tasting buds get used to the 40% of alcohol, and then you can take another one to fully appreciate the Cognac.
Okay, so first very small.
Yes.
As small a sip as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, so that coats your palate with oaky, fruity, citrusy, orange peel. It's like a dried fruit pudding of some sort.
Kind of, yeah. A lot of fruits.
So the first sip prepares your palate for the real taste.
That's it. So now the palate is ready, if I can say. So you can have another one and try to recognize all the different sensations and aromas. And this Cognac, very special, is quite, I'd say, fruity, but quite lively as well. So that's why it's a perfect Cognac to be enjoyed on the rocks, for example. That's not a thing that a lot of people know, but are very special. It's perfect for any occasion. On the rocks, or even in cocktails, you know, if you like to mix ingredients to get.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it's got the complexity and the power, the oakiness. It's quite smoky as well, but it's also pungent and quite focused, fair amount of tension and power. So you can sense how a bit of ice maybe would relax it a little bit, and it makes the experience a little more relaxed.
That's it. The ice would lessen the strength of the cognac, and it would also develop other notes and other characteristics. So that would be for another occasion, of course, and you would go maybe for a cocktail glass, for example, and that would be for another occasion, maybe with friends.
So on this type of cognac, you can put it on ice. Is that? Do you ever recommend to add water? Of water?
You know, there is no right or wrong way to enjoy the cognac. So if you want to add just a dash of water, you can. If you want to place an ice cube, go for it. If you want to mix it with ginger ale, go for it.
So especially on that.
This kind of
type of
very special
product.
cognac.
And when it comes to water, no tap water, right?
Yeah, you would go for pure water. Yeah, spring water.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what else have we got?
So then we've got the most emblematic cognac of our collection. It is Hennessy XO, Extra Old. So this cognac was first blended back in 1870, almost 150 years ago, and it's a cognac that is just unique and very round.
Yeah, I've been wanting to taste XO and explore XO here in Cognac for quite a long time, so I'm super excited. And so what is this tool that you have?
So this is called a fusil, or voleur, thief, and this was created to reproduce the movement of the master blender when he picks sample of eau de vie from the barrel. And that's the traditional way to serve this XO here and at Château de Bagnolet. That's our chateau. And there you go. Anthony, you're welcome. Alors, we said first the color. So, do you know any difference with the very special? Does it seem?
Yeah, it's certainly darker, more golden, more amber.
I would go for more amber. I'd say deeper amber. Yeah. So this darker color is due to a different maturation process. So here the eau de vie we selected to enter the blend of the XO, they started their maturation process in new barrels. And new barrels intensified the color of each of them.
Okay. And so so XO stands for extra old?
That's it.
So how old is it? So it's a blend of different...
All the Hennessy Cognacs are the result of blends of eau de vie.
But how do you summarize the age of the XO? So
according to French legislation, to bear the name XO, the youngest eau de vie has to be 10. But again, that's a tough question. I'd say as we go for our blends, we can't say that.
But the youngest brandy in the blend or cognac in the blend would be 10 years old.
That's it.
And over. And how old would be the oldest?
Well, that's the secret of the master blender and the committee.
All right. Let's try to find out.
Yeah.
Tasting it.
One question. Does it smell different?
Yeah, it smells much riper, much deeper as well. So we were saying grapes and maybe a little bit of raisin on the VS. It's definitely more on the raisin and figs, dried, ripe fruits, more caramel.
Yeah, so you can easily get some candied fruits.
Candied fruit.
There's also a bit of cocoa, you know.
And you talked about crème brûlée on the VS, but I'm definitely getting this here.
The crème brûlée aromas. Maybe the vanilla reminds you of this dessert.
Topping, yeah.
And then, if you swirl it gently again, well, now it reveals its complexity. Maybe you can get some spices, some kind of black pepper, maybe.
Yeah, there is a lifted element, so it's all very sweet and charming, but there is a lifted element, maybe pepper, yeah.
So it's such a complex and unique cognac. I guess the best way to understand it is to taste it. So.
That.
Quite different, no?
Much more opulent,
yes.
much bigger. The body is super round, while there was a tension in the VS and sort of warmth. This is all about roundness and smoothness on the palate.
Yeah, actually roundness and
Explosion
smoothness.
of the finish is just really explosive, but always elegant and refined. So what sort of characters do you find in the XO?
Well, this XO could be defined by its roundness, its smoothness. Mm-hmm. It's quite intense as well, with the spicy side on the palate. And so it's way more persistent than very special. Mm-hmm. And this is definitely the emblematic cognac of our collection. Mm-hmm. So perfect, as you can see, for an after dinner drink, as the traditional digestif, but you can also enjoy it on the rocks as well. Mm-hmm. So maybe during summer nights, when you want to start the dinner with your friends, you pour some XO, an ice cube, like a big one, that will take time to dilute. Okay. And again, it will reveal the complexity and the harmony of the blend.
So a bit of ice, still a bit of ice in the XO?
Yes.
Yeah? This won't destroy it or just...
No, as this cognac is very complex, the ice won't affect it.
Affect it too much, okay. Wonderful, it's great to know. But no mixing, right? You wouldn't normally...
I wouldn't go for
mix
a cocktail.
Yeah. Okay. Have you tried, or is there any particular cocktails that do work well with XO or cognac cocktail? Or so I've heard since I'm here about the Summit, mm-hmm. Which is kind of a new trendy cocktail.
And for the mixology, I would go for cognacs that are very special in VSOPs. Yeah. They are great for this occasion.
But
XO, I would go neat or on the rocks. Or maybe you can try a tea rock. So you make tea at home. Depends, like black tea, green tea, jasmine, orange blossom. The one you like. Make tea, you place it into molds, place the mold in the freezer, and the next day you have nice tea rocks. And when the tea rock is going to melt down, it will kind of blend with the XO, and it will create an experience, a unique tasting experience.
Wonderful. Okay, great.
So next we are going to taste another cognac of our collection, Hennessey Paradis. So that's a cognac that is very rare and very unique.
Yeah, thanks for bringing this up.
Well, and to serve this Paradis, well, we use dark glove, and also we kind of change the glasses. So still you can recognize the tulip-shaped glass that is perfect to analyze a cognac.
Sure.
And also these ones, they are made of crystal, because that's the purest way to enjoy Paradis.
Tell us about the Paradis, how it's made and what's unique about it, what's different, what is the style that is looked for by the blender?
Alors, Paradis is a cognac that was first blended back in 1979, and it was created by Monsieur Maurice Filiou, not the former, but the former master blender of Maison Hennessy. And to blend this cognac, he used eau de vie that were chosen by his grandfather, so already kind of old and exceptional eau de vie. So you are going to taste it, and you'll see on the palate it's different from it, so that's another experience. The nose has nothing to do with XO, that's way more refined, I'd say, maybe elegant.
Elegant? Yeah, you can sense that the spectrum of flavor is both more complex, there's a lot more notes to the spectrum, but they're all also very flat and balanced, and that gives you a sense of refinement, because even though there are many aromas, none of them overpowers the other, so it's all
like
very
well
complex.
Balanced.
I find also it's a lot more floral to the notes.
Yes.
And that gives more elegance as well, because it's a bit less on the fruit, more, I mean, there is a lot of fruit, but it's also very floral. So,
I mean, I don't know if you can get the different notes on the nose. Maybe you can get some jasmine,
yes.
some kind of honeysuckle, rose too. And there's like a bit of honey, kind of.
Yeah,
Something kind of
totally
sweet.
agree. Also, the XO was more on the caramel, rich caramel, creme brulee. This I find a bit of caramel, but more on the blonde caramel and honey, as you said. So very subtle, very, I don't know, there's something really special there.
And here there is a word that we use to describe this Paradis, that's roundness. So you're gonna taste it and you'll see this sensation on the palate that the cognac covers all the different parts
How
of
do you
it.
say? Brownness?
Roundness.
Roundness, yeah.
Sorry.
Smooth.
And even the sensation on the palate, XO was kind of smooth, but Paradis is, I'd say, silky, kind of floating in the air, kind of.
There's definitely silky, granulous, but super fine, silky texture. And tasting it, it feels full and complete. A lot of vibrancy, it's powerful, but it feels like it's got the freshness and the power and the vibrancy, somewhat of the VS, even though it's a lot more complete and deeper, but also the depth and the complexity of the XO all in one, very, very well balanced and very punchy. So there is, yeah, it feels young and old and it's kind of really complete and whole.
Yeah. Just a unique cognac for, I'd say, great moment. You know, when you want to have a moment for yourself, kind of a me moment, as we could call them, this cognac is just perfect.
Super long, extremely complex. Like it's oaky. It's got this cigar box, so you can imagine having this with a cigar if you like one. Yeah, and in terms of food pairing, what would go well with Paradis, or is it something to have by itself, or would you recommend?
Again, it depends on your taste. If you want to enjoy it with some food, well, go for something you like. I would suggest to have it neat, just to truly enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Maxime, thank you very much. It was an amazing day here at Hennessy. You do offer some distillery tours and immersion into the Hennessy universe and how it's made, and you can see and you can witness the barrel rooms, and there's a very nice museum that explains the whole process as well. So yeah, if you come over to Cognac, it's a great experience, and maybe Maxime will be the one welcoming you here. So thank you, Maxime.
You're welcome, Julien.
And yeah, let's enjoy our Paradis. Cheers.
Cheers.